I'm Sandy Weiss. I'm a Feldenkrais practitioner, and I'd like to discuss a little bit about how Moshe Feldenkrais uses certain terms when he talks about lung function in his lessons, and hopefully illuminate the reasons he uses the words he does. The words I'm referring to are sucking and gluing. He talks about a sucking of the lungs and a gluing. And if we think about the way the lungs exist, they exist in this rib cage. And there's a diaphragm under here. And of course the trachea that comes from here out up through the mouth. And when we breathe, this rib cage expands. The breastbone can move forward, the ribs can widen, they can move forward, the back can actually move back so the spine can participate. And of course, how we shape and use our abdomen as the diaphragm moves, and how we shape and move the diaphragm can allow us to bring air into the lungs. Now, there's a skin in here. It's called the parietal pleura. It lines the rib cage. There's a different skin that covers the lungs that we cannot see here, called the visceral pleura. And then there's pleural fluid between the parietal pleura and the visceral pleura. So it's two skins with a layer of very watery fluid in between. And if you think about water is a very cohesive element. It has a sticky quality. Although it also has a slidey quality, we know when things get wet, they often are sticky. And so just thinking about these two ideas, we also imagine when we think of breathing, we think of the lungs inflating, much like you inflate a tire or a balloon by blowing into it. And if you think about inflating in those ways are occurring from positive pressure. So when you blow into a balloon and inflate it, that's positive pressure entering the system. When you inflate a tire, it's positive pressure coming from the pump into the tire. But the way the lungs work is via negative pressure. So it's really the changing of the shape of the chest and the drawing or the negative pressure created by the chest that draws air in. So that's the sucking idea. And then the gluing is the sticking of the inside layer of the rib cage to the outside layer of the lungs, because if they did not stick together, we would not be able to suck the air into the lungs. So the sucking and the gluing have something to do with the lungs gluing themselves, much like we glue wallpaper in a room to the walls. If we didn't have the glue, the lining wouldn't stick to the walls. So that's like the pleural, or the visceral pleura, or the skin around the lungs sticking to the skin on the inside of the chest cavity. So hopefully that idea clarifies a little bit for you about why Moshe Feldenkrais uses the words sucking and gluing when he refers to the lungs. Thank you.